Next to mounting pressure on the Prime Minister after two deputy chairs of the Conservative Party, both serving constituencies in our region, resigned over his small boats bill. The proposed legislation would allow the government to deport migrants to Rwanda, despite the Supreme Court saying it was unlawful.
Last night, MPs Lee Anderson and Brendan Clarke-Smith quit their roles so that they could vote for an amendment calling for tougher measures. Tonight, MPs should vote on the bill in its final form. Our political correspondent Sharon Preet-Carer has the story.
Open your mouth. OK, here comes a train. What do you think of that one? Well, they're cold. I'm not coming back to this pub for food.
Together, they taste-tested brands of baked beans. Now, together, they've resigned from Rishi Sunak's government over Rwanda, with a joint letter saying, whilst our main wish is to strengthen the legislation, this means that in order to vote for amendments, we will therefore need to offer you our resignations. For Tory rebels on the right, the bill in its current form doesn't go far enough.
I didn't think I could carry on in that role because the bill, although I think the bill can work if it's strengthened up, it doesn't quite tick all the boxes for me at the moment, which is why I back the cash and generic amendments.
But those amendments aimed at stopping international law or individual appeals from being used to block deportations failed.
The ayes to the right, 68. The noes to the left, 529.
So the noes have it.
Among the rebel ayes, Gainsborough MP Sir Edward Lee, former Immigration Minister Robert Jenrick and the MP for Penistone and Stocksbridge.
We're very much hoping that the government will see the strength of feeling and come forward with an offer. And let's just, remember what this is about. We want the bill to work. We want to stop the boats. We're united on that.
United, according to Miriam Cates, but in Lee Anderson's constituency of Ashfield, some believe the Tories are more divided than ever.
I think the country is in such a mess. It's about time that all politicians have got their act together and work together to get the country back on its feet.
They never really had unity in the Tory party. They're always against each other.
We should stick together, but I know Lee agrees with his own principles. Whatever he thinks, he will do it.
If Lee Anderson sticks to those principles, that could mean voting against his own party, and with the likes of Hull North MP Dame Diana Johnson.
That a huge amount of political capital and time and parliamentary time is being spent on this bill, and what we do know, and what the Home Affairs Select Committee said 18 months ago, is that we still do not have the evidence that this bill will actually do what the government think it will do, which is to deter people from getting in small boats and crossing the channel.
That's clearly not how Lee Anderson sees it, so how will he vote tonight?
I support the principle of the bill, but at the moment I just can't get my head around it.
And finally, how will you vote tonight on the third reading?
You'll have to watch.
Well, Sharon Preet-Carer is live in Westminster and she certainly will be watching tonight. Good evening, Sharon Preet. Tell us what's happening.
Well, as we speak, MPs are debating further amendments to that bill, some of those coming from right-wing MPs like Brendan Clarke-Smith and Lee Anderson, who want the bill to go even further. Now, after MPs have accepted or rejected those amendments, the bill will go to its final stage in the House of Commons. They'll have the chance to vote on it and decide whether it makes it to the House of Lords. Now, if all of the Tory rebels who voted against the government yesterday were to do the same today, they would, with Labour, have the numbers to defeat this legislation. And of course, that would be catastrophic for Rishi Sunak. But you will have noticed from my report that they were reticent about committing to that. Now, the question is, would they really want to work against legislation that is so central to their government's Stop the Boats pledge? I think we can look back in time to before Christmas for a potential answer. You might remember that that's when Robert Jenrick, the Newark MP, resigned as Immigration Minister. That's when the bill was first in the House of Commons. He said he wasn't happy about it, and then a few days later he backed the bill and backed the government. The Tory whips will be very much hoping that Brendan Clarke-Smith and Lee Anderson do the same tonight.
Sharon Preet-Carer, thank you very much.